Hello, this is Grandma Jan from Red Toad Art Studio, and today I am going to attempt a larger framed collage. And I can't even get this frame under my camera to show you all of it. But it's fairly big. I don't remember the exact measurements. It's about, I think, 17, 18 inches long. And I will explain what I've done to the frame, or will be doing to the frame, later on in the video. Now, I have already gone through some magazines and some books and cut out some images. And I just love this. I think it's a wolf. Isn't he beautiful? And I've cut him out, and I've cut out some other cute images. And these came from magazines. And I actually did this several weeks ago, and life intervened, and I haven't been able to get back to it. And I can't remember which magazines I got them out of. But and some of these magazines I've had for a long time, so I don't know that it's important, but just that they came from magazines. And so I cut out all my images, and then I inked around them. I know I've done this, I think, in every collage I've put up. I like to ink around my images. It just gives it a more finished look, just like this. This is my last one. And I also have a large piece of like paper canvas that I'm going to mount it on. And this is a white piece. Well, I can find out how big this is. 15 by 11. Because my wolf was so big, he couldn't fit on a smaller one. So I had to find a piece of paper or canvas that he would fit on. So I fitted it together a little bit, kind of laid things on it, and generally decided on how I wanted to lay it out. And I took a picture of it with my iPad, which I can see today. So I'm going to start putting these pieces down if I can remember. And maybe you'll want to do this with me. I'm going to call this Flying High. My wolf is going to be an aviator wolf, and you'll see why in a few minutes. But I need to put some background material down first. And I want to put this. I love this kind of bluish green color that's on here. And so I want that back there. And so we have that big piece to glue down. Let's give it a go. I'll use my big glue stick for this paper. And since this is magazine paper, it's fragile. It's very light and it's very fragile. So I have to be careful that I, like that, don't tear my paper or pull pieces off. And I'm not always as careful as I should be. But I'm trying. I think these pieces have a life of their own. It's definitely easier to use like cardstock or scrapbooking paper, but there's so many interesting pictures in magazines, and they're fun to look through and see what you can do with them. So I still want to use it, these magazine pictures, even if it's kind of hard. All right, we're going to put it right up here. This is almost going to look like a travel poster. Yes, a lot of these pictures came off of one page of a magazine. It was really a neat page. You see these continents, how they're all different colors, and there's planes and buses, and there were cars. There were all kinds of things on this. Okay, Let me see. I have several things down behind my wolf. All right, I guess I better put some of these down before my wolf goes up. I had some suitcases in here. And I don't know, let's see. I think there's also a piece with words on it that fits right in here. And find the joy in travel. This was part of this down here. You see this circle? But I moved it up here next to his head. And in fact, I won't put this down until my wolf gets down. So I had these suitcases that were right about here. And I think we'll go ahead and put them down. And I had another map. It's a map of Anchorage. So we'll fly to Anchorage maybe. That goes right about there. And I'm going to lay him over here and see if I'm getting these right in about the right spot. We want it about like that. Yeah. So let's put these two things down. Okay, let's see if before I press that down, if this was about right. Yeah, that's about right. So we'll press it down now. I usually don't work on a white background, and I'm getting little spots, so hopefully I can put something over the top of it. I'm not used to needing to be so careful. All right, does anything else go under my wolf? There's a little bit that goes right here. See if I can find that piece. Yes. This piece, see if we can do this, goes about here. I think I'll do the wolf next and lay that under it. Okay, let's get some glue on Mr. Wolf here. And then we'll place that under it. Okay, here we go. This was in a beautiful animal book. And it's almost a shame to cut them out. But you know, if I don't cut it out, it will sit in that book on a shelf or on a coffee table and be there for years. And maybe somebody sees it if they flip through the book. How often do you look at the educational books? If it's on my wall in a frame or on my bulletin board, it will be enjoyed by many people often. So I think, you know, it's not that sad to cut one of these pictures out. We tend to feel guilty about using books, but it's okay. Just don't go cutting up your mother's or your grandmother's book without her knowing it. Might not be happy. Okay, let's get my guy placed where he should be. Oops. I think that's about right. Now, I want to get that underneath before I press it down. Sometimes that's a tricky part of getting these layers down when you need them down and still knowing where to put them when the other thing isn't there. But I think that's part of the challenge and part of the fun. So, let's put this about here. And then we can put the wolf down. Yes, I'm gonna like this, I think. We never really know for sure till we glue it down, do we? Things we think we'll love, oh, it turns out horrible. And things we're not so sure about ends up beautiful. You never know. This is the exciting part, the gluing it down and seeing what it's going to do. Okay, I think we can get this piece down now. And if you notice, the words are here, and find the joy in travel. There we go. I like that. All right, now we've got several more things to go on. We've got a camera that goes under some background things. Let's see. Let's find the camera. Here's the camera. And here's a piece of background I think that will look nice behind it. So let's put that there. And that, the camera here, that's an antique brownie. Do any of you remember having one of those? I am old enough. I used to take pictures with a brownie when I was a little kid. I remember the brownies. I think you had maybe eight pictures on a film. It might have been 12 later on, but it seems to me there was 8 pictures, and there were no settings. You just put the film in and click the shutter, and that's what you got. I think that's what we'll do, because pretty soon we have an airplane to add for this aviator, and that's going to go right there. So let's get these things down. All of these scraps of material are from what was left of that page, and I have little pieces laying all over. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Get the camera there. Coming right along. Now, in the frame, it has a wide margin. I don't know. I guess there's probably a name that I'm not thinking of, you know, forgetful grandma. Did I have to decide whether I'm covering that big white space with a map or like a dictionary pages? And we will have to see what that turns out, or maybe something else. All right, let's get the plane here. I think something like that. We have something that goes here already. It's not there yet, but it will be soon. Now this plane actually came out of one of my cut and paste books. It's one reason I didn't do this as soon as I found the wolf, because I couldn't find a good airplane. But now that I have found one, I think it's time to do it. what makes this picture cute is this. Remember I said he's a pilot, an old-fashioned pilot, and he's going to wear some of these, I don't know if you call them goggles, flight glasses, just like that. And it has to be placed just right for his eyes to show. And I don't know if you can see them or not, but his eyes are barely showing there. And on top of that, he's going to wear this hat. I think that makes him so cute. Now, this isn't really a pilot's hat. These look like a pilot, but I don't have a regular pilot's hat, and it's still, these make him so cute. This is a collage anyway, and we can do anything we want on a collage, right? It doesn't have to be true to life. In fact, we are seldom true to life. Now let's see if I can get this lined up here right. I was thinking that's part of the fun of collage, isn't it? Is making up our own world and the rules of that world. We don't have to stay with realism. Will this work while it's still wet and I can pull it up? Yes, that will work just fine. Okay. It really should be over, but if I'm over any at all, we'll lose his eyes. And we want to see his eye through that glass of the goggles. It'd look funny if he doesn't have eyes. So let's get his hat on. This hat, too, I think came out of one of my cut and paste books by the background. So you can see I've kind of forgotten where things came from. It's coming to me. All right, let's get his hat on. Oh, I just love that. Cute. All right, let's see. We've got a few more things to put on, although we're close to getting done with this part, and then I'll have to figure out the framing part. Okay, let's see. We have a piece up here to kind of finish this corner up. Yeah, we need to put that there. It's always a challenge to try to balance your picture. Not to have a lot of big empty spaces, but not to overclutter it too. And it's easy to do one or the other, and to get it just right can be a challenge. Okay. Yeah, we just have a little bit more to go. I have this, having fun, right across his feet, kind of to help cover this grass up, which doesn't look exactly right there. So let's do that, having fun, and it covers up a lot of that. Fun. Here we go. And under that I had a piece, yes, a piece of scrap paper just to kind of help cover the rest of the grass. Yeah, that finished it off there. Okay, now what have we got? Let's get our words on. We have see the world and fly high that both go up there. All right, let's get this on here just right. See the world. Fly high. I'm not sure, though, that I want to fly with a wolf being my pilot, but now I want to add a few more background pieces. I have a lot of little scraps here. Place some along here. I like this little scrap. And isn't it amazing how the tiniest scrap can be just what you need? I think we need one there. What do we need? I think that one can go there. Oh, we have a nice big one. Maybe goes down here. Let's put this one here. When you're using a magazine page and you take part of it, see if you can harvest some other things in it to add to the page. It will kind of coordinate the colors and maybe the theme a little bit. It's getting there. Let's see if we can find a little piece that will work right here between his legs. Oh, here's a piece with a plane on it. But that's too big. But where could we could put that right here. Yes, we don't want to lose that piece with the plane. There we go. And should this be too big? Yeah. Maybe this teeny tiny one. Or a couple teeny tiny ones here. How about that? Something like that. I think we'll put something up there. Well, let's see. I like this. I think this will go right down here in the corner because it's got cars on it. I doubt if you can see those right now. And I think I want to keep them upright. Invisible. There we go. And I don't know, I've never been satisfied with any of this yet. There's got to be one I like. Maybe I can tear one. Take this little piece. And I think that will go there. Okay, and it would also go there. Then let's take another one of these. Maybe under here. I have a long one. Let's see about that. About to use up all my scraps. Let's put this long one under the map. Yeah, I like that there. Do we need something else? I like to use every little piece I can, but I don't want to overdo it either. And that piece is really very little. There we go. I think that's about it. I have this big black piece, but I don't really think it would look good anywhere. So I think it's about time for me to start working on my frame. This is the finished collage part. And I don't know, it could be I need to do some mark making on here. I'm thinking about that. But I think I'll do my frame next. I'm going to have to think deep on that. Now, my frame, I just showed you bits and pieces of it before. But my picture, I took a piece of poster board, laid this piece of paper on it, and drew around it just so I would see how much space there would be at the sides. And I'm going to glue this picture onto the poster board. But do you see, by doing that, I have a large white frame. And I think that should be covered with something. I'm thinking about yellowed book paper, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to do a little searching and see what I can find, and I will be right back with you. There, that will be something what it will look like when I get it glued down. I think I'm going to give that a try. Now, if you've ever used any of these frames, you'll know that they come apart easily. Just by pulling the ends off, just like that. Oops. And you can't see much of what I'm doing here, I know. Taking it all apart. We'll get rid of this shiny stuff here. That'll make for a much nicer picture for now. And we will glue our print onto the sides here. I'll start there. And I want to be sure to get the word flown there, and we'll work from there. In fact, we probably don't need to have this whole piece of paper, but it's all right. So let's get a glue sheet here and get glue on this. You can't see that real well, but I'll be back with you after I get glue on it. Now, I'm pulling this down just a trifle because that edge will be coming over there, and I want the words to show. So we'll get some glue on flown over here. Now, I don't have to worry so much about getting this so there are no wrinkles or no blank spaces in my glue where wrinkles can form, because I'm going to have this under a picture. I know it's not glass, it's plastic, but it will be something to protect it. So I don't need to worry about having the sealer on it. Let's see if I'm getting this on far enough to hide the edges. Sure, yeah, there we are. And let's see. I think we have electrometer, and something else here. We'll give right there. Yeah. Okay. Here we go, trying to get this on and get it straight with that. There we go. We'll get this down here. Trying to get this where you can see it. There we go. Now we have a couple larger pages now to fill in with. Just like that. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. I think this needs to come over just a little bit. All right, one more to glue down. Just like that. Whoops, I would like though to line this up better here. We'll do it like that. That lines up just a little better here. Okay. Get glue on this thing and we're about done with it. Well, and this will be glued right down like this, so you can see what it's going to look like. And I think I'll use something stronger than stick glue, probably Elmer's glue. No, I think I'll use my original tacky glue. That'll be good on it. So, let's turn it over. I'm going to have a little bit of think about extra marks here, and I'll be back with you in a few. Okay, I laid some paper with marks on it on my picture, and I don't know, I think I like them. I don't want to paste paper over. I think I'll just draw some marks on it and hope I don't regret it. So, do you want to go with me on that journey? Let's try it. You know, there's always that step where you will either make the picture or destroy it. And we may be at that point right now. So we got a little bit of that there. We had dots over here. Let's put some big old dots here. This is the scary part, when you start doing things to a mostly completed picture that you like, but it just doesn't have that extra spark. And so I don't know if you're really taking a chance. You're just taking a chance to make it better, I think. Ooh, I'm going to have to make that a big dot. Let's do some straight up and down lines here. And what else can we do? Dots. Have some dots, little circles. to help pull it together and not have so many blank spaces. Oh, I'm sorry if I got off camera. I've been concentrating so hard I didn't realize I was off camera. Let's see. Let's do some dots here, little dots. And something more should be in there too. I'll do a little more of these here. I think bigger dots. Dots are always winners in my book. Okay. Let's do a little more at the top. Let's do some scallops up here to match the ones at the bottom. Let's see. What do you think? I think that's about enough. Let's go on around this corner. Okay. And this corner, I guess some dots. We don't want anything real heavy there. We just need something there. And this corner up here, we'll continue the dots on up. I think that's enough. Then I instantly add a few more things. All right, I think I had better quit before I run it. I think I'm going to put the frame on now and see how it looks. Oh, by the way, I found this part of the frame. It's a 16 by 20 if you're interested for any reason. Here we go. All right, I have it all framed, but I know I can't get it under my camera. So what I'm going to do is go hang it up and take a picture of it hanging up, and I will put that next.